We're back in Crow Country. We've just lost Julie. She went missing. Inside the sunken seas, there was blood. Something busted out of the grate, and she's gone. And now going outside, things have changed. The atmosphere has changed. It's very dark. The fog seems to have cleared up, and we just saw a guest laying on the ground. Oh no, not this guy. Oh god, they just made this room more dangerous without my knowledge. Yeah, I want to head back downstairs. Okay. I wasn't prepared for that. Were you prepared for that? The spike strips, the new enemies. That's just great. Alright. Gonna make a run for the elevator. There's a lot of guests in here. Wow. I wonder if they just repopulated everything with more enemies. Anyway, we got the large battery. So we're going to head back to the electrocution machine. I can speak. To charge it up. All right, come here. I got something for you. Here we go. All right, we will stick the battery in there. Electrocute it a little bit. Is it charged now? I'm not sure. Halfway charged? There we go. The battery is charged. Okay. With the charged battery, I believe, and the central elevator turned on, I believe we're ready to head back to the Crow and finish this stuff. The haunted hilltop is even scarier in the dark. Whoa! Somebody just tried to shoot me. That actually scared the crap out of me. Yeah, why are these guests down? Is someone else killing them? Who's trying to kill me? Oh god, what is this? Who's over there? I don't know. We should just get out of here. There must be somebody shooting the guests. Okay. We turned around the Crow. We're going to stick the battery in there. That'll do it. All right, Mr. Crow. It's your time to shine. I got to get out of here. Wouldn't that be fun if you were a child and a giant robot crow? And just like that, he walked out of my life. That thing started approaching you on Main Street. How would you feel about that? All right, I can hear the sounds of enemies. We're in the central area. Oh boy, there's a lot of them. Run, Mara. Ooh. This room is very full. Oh, ah. At least we finally have some healing items. Give him the juice. Okay, that worked pretty well. I bounced it right off your face. That's right, that's what you get. Okay, whew. That was very scary there for a second. Got 2 switches. I guess I could have tried to hit those and run, but the grenades worked just as well. Oh, and they take a long time to go, too. Yep, keep going. What do we got here? That's nice. No! Harrison! Oh god, it's Harrison. He's dead. He must have been attacked by those. Wait, no, he was shot. Harrison, I'm so sorry. Harrison James. ID number 05061. Date of birth January 12, 1965. Firearms expert. Does that sound familiar to you? We didn't even get to talk to him. He came down here, he was trying to save everybody, and not even the monsters could get him, and somebody shot him. Alright, before we move on, I wanted to check out these pipes. Because it looks like they just opened from entering the central elevator. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's like, if you've gotten this far, but you actually need to go back up, you know, or go back to a root room or go back upstairs, you can take the central pipes then, but we shouldn't need to anymore. I think we've got it covered. There's a bag. Just a grubby old sports bag. Seems familiar somehow. There were bullets in there. Did we see someone with a grubby sports bag earlier? I don't remember. Okay, this I think is our last puzzle, if I can remember how to do it. The mining lanterns are really old and need replacing. Any kind of spark tends to set off the oil that's trapped inside. If that happens, just give it a whack to disperse the oil. The flame should go out. Okay, if I remember right, we've got these gates with numbers on them. We've got, what, 8 lanterns around? And I think it's like, if the number of lanterns lit matches the door goes down, I think. So like, let me try and light 1, and the 1 gate goes down, right? If I light a second one, the 1 will come back up and the 2 will go down in the back. So I'd like to get all the items and then get through the other side. So that's 2. The next one will be 3. Whoops, I missed. It was right in front of me. There we go. Oh, I'm actually full. Nice. A good spot to be in. Okay. If I light a 4th one... Oh, that was 4. I read this 6 backwards. And then, how do you turn them off? Hit it again with the fire? That doesn't make any sense at all. That's 4. Okay, but then to open this gate, I'd have to bring it down to 2 for some handgun bullets. Which maybe we won't need, actually. We'll see. Oh, but I need 7 to open the whole thing. Okay. That's 6. And 7, there we go. Tolman. I can't let you. Listen, Harrison is dead. Harrison James, the police detective. I know who he is. I'm sorry, Mara. He shouldn't have come here. It was only a matter of time before one of those creatures. He was shot with a gun. Shit. Uh-oh. Do you know who did it? Oh, I think he's probably got a good idea. Marvin, you. Look, kid, this is nothing personal, okay? Put down the gun, Trumbull. And then what, huh? Go home, forget this whole thing ever happened? The feds would be kicking down my door within the week. I'm culpable for all this shit. I know I am too. But Mara is not, so leave her out of it. She knows way too much. You think she won't rat us out? Hell, she already tried. She was getting real chatty with that pretty boy officer. I tried to stop him from coming. I kept telling him to leave. Well, he didn't leave, did he? And neither did you. And now it's too late. What was that? No idea. Bullshit. If this is some sort of trick, I ain't... Julie, where am I? What a twist. It was Marv that killed Harrison, and then Julie accidentally pushed him into the pit. So, suck it, Marv. You had it coming, I guess. Julie, how the heck did you get here? Hey, what's going on? What are you doing in there? I'll tell you if you help me out of this thing. Oh gosh, sorry. Tolman, would you give me a hand? Sure. I like how they put Tolman in front of the door, and it kind of sets him up like he's the final boss, but then you talk to him and he's like, you know, he's not. He's like, oh no, the creature's got Harrison, and then Marvin makes his grand reveal. It's cool. Julie, I thought you'd been... I mean, I came out of the boat ride and you were gone. There was blood. Something grabbed me, dragged me backwards into the vent. What was it? Whatever it was, there are several more of them hiding out in the pipes. It's pitch black in there, but I could hear them, smell them. And what, they tried to kill you? No, mostly they just shook me around and made a bunch of noise. Shouting, weeping, moaning, whatever you'd call it. Sounds about right. What do you mean? They're angry, but they don't want to kill us. They're trying to communicate. Mara, you haven't introduced me. Oh, right, sorry. Julie, this is Tolman. He works for Edward Crowe. And Tolman, this is Julie Barron. She's a lawyer. She was hired by the Marshall family, Elaine Marshall's family. I see. What are you two doing down here? Someone's been killed, shot, a police officer. Goodness me. Tolman here was just about to go deal with it, weren't you? I'll come with you. I have experience with this kind of thing. Good, okay, thanks. Mara. Something else. Natalie Crowe is waiting in Edward Crowe's office. Would you go see how she's doing? Crowe's daughter, sure, of course. I'd love a chance to talk to her, actually. You're not. One last thing. Arthur Mole. He's out in the staff parking area in my white Fiesta. Would you check on him too? I've left him alone way too long. Of course, we can do that too. Thank you. Mara, what are you going to do? I'm going to do what I came here to do. We'll be waiting by your car, okay? Okay? Thanks. Come along, Mr. Tolman. We've got lots to do. It's clear that Tolman cares about our well-being, and I like him. It's held in place by 2 chains. There's a pool of water. It looks so clean. Is this a spring? God, that feels better. I didn't realize how filthy I was. That probably puts us back up to fine. I'm not sure. But we're doing good on items. Besides flamethrower gasoline, we have a little bit of everything. So, that's good. Let's go down. right, what are we looking at? It's a set of photos taped up on the wall. Natalie Crow, Edward Crow's daughter. Tolman, the engineer Crow put in charge of root excavation. The next one is a photo of me. When did he take this? Julie Barron, the lawyer hired by Elaine Marshall's family. Arthur Mole, a teenager who wanted to photograph the guests. Marvin Trumbull, he was responsible for Crow's fake gold mine. Douglas Pike, he was in charge of building the actual theme park. And finally, Harrison James. He was the police officer sent to look for Edward Crow. Someone's written something here, but I can't make sense of it. It's nonsense. There's a set of vials. 5 glass vials, each with the same pale green liquid inside. I don't know what they're for. I'll leave them alone. There sure is a lot of meat around this place. There's a collection of staff memos. Oh, that's all the memos we've collected. There's a medical cabinet. There's nothing in it, of course. Of course there's not. What is this? It's an elevator. A relatively simple way to get up to the surface. It doesn't work anymore because someone's driven a fire axe through the control panel. That makes sense. I don't know where this elevator goes up to. Not that it really matters. I'll take that next to the pool access. There's an intercom. There's a Bunsen burner. I remember using these at school. Oh, there's enough fire for us to save. Close enough. There's a curtain, there's a bed. This must be where Crow has been sleeping. The sheets are stained with blood. He's got a picture of Natalie, I assume. Maybe his wife. There's a hazmat suit. I guess he's not wearing it anymore. There's a microwave. Oh, hey. He kept a med kit in there. There's a sealed envelope for Natalie. I won't open it. Well, I think we've checked pretty much everything, except the shower. Mr. Crow, I'm here in your lab. Hello, Elaine. Open the door. I will. But first, please pick up the glass vials I've laid out on the counter. Why? Please. Fine. The big reveal. I don't know if you were as shocked as I was the first time I did this, but this blew me away. When I walked in here and ran the shower, it washes all the dye out of our hair, and we can see that we've been Elaine Marshall the entire time. And let's look back at our ID card that's been in our inventory this whole time. It was actually Harrison James's ID. We stole it. This reveal blew my mind, and if you choose to watch me play through this game again, or if you play through it yourself, if you go back through the entire game, there's a whole bunch of little hints that we aren't who we say we are. And it's very cool. So me here playing this for the second time, I'm picking up on all these things as we've been playing, and I'm just like, man, this game is smart. We faked the ID. We're not a cop. We're not even an adult. We're like a teenager. We've been Elaine the whole time, and look at our condition, infected. We've been infected this whole time. Because we had an encounter with the guest, and that's what shut down Crow Country. I'll put down the other objects I'm carrying. I won't need them. Look, we put down all of our key items on the desk. Left in their place all the other items I collected. The police ID card I took from Harrison James, the bronze key given to me by a fairy, the crank handle I found in a safe, the ruby gemstone that was hidden in a painting of a demon. the chain I took from the neck of a mechanical swan, the mask I excavated from a block of resin, the trident I took out of a witch's cauldron, the silver key that was hidden in Neptune's palace, the data disk I got from the change machine in an arcade, the acid bottle I took from a cell in a dungeon, the golden key I found trapped inside a fairy's head, the battery I pulled from the stomach of a robotic mermaid. Good times. They really were. I really appreciate how they did this and how they're like, you got to grab these vials, put all your key items away, we're done with them, and you get to kind of relive everything we've done. Really cool. Really love it. I'm not going to be able to open this myself. Well, then how do we open it? Oh, right. Crow, open this for me. Mr. Crow, I have the vials. Open the door. Here he is. And look behind him. This is the base of all the roots. That TV that we saw in his office, it showed a green glow, right? That was of this room. And I think the first root room we went into in the underground level, there's a model that has like what looks like water in the bottom and then the roots reaching up to the surface. If you go back and look at that, it's like a model of this and the roots coming up, which is cool. Elaine Marshall. Edward Crow. How long has it been? 2 years? We've never met before. No, I mean since you became infected. 2 years. 2 years since I shut the park. I'm glad you came back. Why would you give a shit? I would offer you a drink, but what are you now, 18? Not quite. And yet you made it all the way down here. You're clearly very stubborn. That's good, it gives me hope. Hope? Tell me, how are you feeling? Bad, tired. They can't get rid of my infection. It's been getting worse. Of course. I must say I'm relieved they let you out of hospital long enough to. They didn't, I escaped. I see, you really are determined. And all this because you want to kill me, I assume? No. I came because I want to tell you something face to face. I need you to know. Go on. Mr. Crow, I'm going to die from this infection. We tried everything, nothing works. It's going to kill me. But I didn't realize you have it too. The same infection? Of course, anyone who has been exposed to the guests will have it. Naturally, I was the first. When the first guest emerged from the pool, I tried to help him. I put him in a holding cell up on the ground level so we could monitor him more easily. The holding cell, that's where I was attacked. Yes, bringing the guests up to the surface proved to be a mistake. But you look worse than I do. I am simply further along. My continued exposure to the guests has accelerated the process. Continued exposure? Your bloody escapade today, it may prove to have a similar effect on you. Oh God. It looks bad. What's it like when it gets that bad? I shall not lie to you. Elaine, do you remember when your family asked me to pay your medical fees? Yeah, they're holding you accountable since I was injured in your park. But you never paid them. My lawyer is trying to take you to court over it. Yes, this was a deliberate decision on my part. Knowing the nature of your illness, I knew there could be no cure found at the hospital. Wait. But there is a cure. I made one. You? How? I had to reverse engineer it. I've been studying the highly infectious bacteria on the dead bodies of the guests. New kinds of bacteria that nobody knows about yet. That's been the problem. It's no surprise your doctors were stumped. Those vials from your lab? Yes, you have the cure on your person at this very moment. 5 vials, enough to cure 5 people. 5. Harrison and Marvin are dead. So that leaves you, me, Natalie, Tolman, Julie, and Arthur. That's 6 people. You didn't make enough vials. You're wrong there. I shall not be taking the cure. You understand where we are right now? You call it the pool? Correct. And protruding from its depths, the 7 roots. What's left of them, after years of you cutting them up, harvesting them for gold. Exactly right. Elaine, look at me, listen. The pool is a gateway, and the guests are human beings who attempted to travel through it and emerged here. Why are they so messed up? Because I have spent the last 10 years dismantling the mechanism of that gateway. I don't understand. The pool still works, technically, but thanks to me, it is severely malfunctioning. You see, the roots are a kind of calibration antenna, necessary to accurately and safely transport those who travel through the pool. Mr. Crow, where are they coming from? The guests. What's on the other side of the pool? You understand now how my excavations have been causing the mutations of the guests. Also understand the mutations have been getting worse as I cut down more of the roots. The beings that emerge from the pool now, they barely resemble humans at all. Most of them cannot walk, let alone speak. But that first guest who emerged from the pool all that time ago, he was the least mutated. No. Yes, Elaine, he could speak. Just barely. He told me who he was and why he had come. I wrote it down word for word on a little piece of paper, and then I went back to harvesting the roots. No subsequent guests were capable of speech. You may now understand why I am choosing not to take the cure. My time is short. Before I die, I must look upon what I have wrought. You're going through the pool. Hold out your hand. What? Take it. It's a little piece of paper. Now that it is in your hands, I am going through the pool. You'll be mutated, it'll kill you. A fitting end. Perhaps if I am lucky, I may get a glimpse of what lies on the other side. I have one more thing to ask of you, Elaine. If for any reason I re-emerge from the pool, I want you to kill me. But if I re-emerge, I will be in no shape to continue living. Do you understand? Goodbye, Elaine. I raise a glass to your future. Elaine. It's... Shut up. I don't want to know. Elaine. You promise. Yeah, okay. staring into the flames. I feel something. It's a curious mixture of hope and dread. Maybe everything will be okay. And maybe it won't. And there you go. That's Crow Country. God, I love it so much. It's so good. Playing it through a second time was crazy because I knew what was going on, you know, obviously. But there's so many clues and just little moments in the game that hint that Mara is not who she seems to be. And like, you talk to Crow the entire time over the phone, right? And he the whole time he kind of alludes to what's going on, but it doesn't really make sense till the end. And then for the final reveal to be that Crow Country was built there because the roots were found. You know, Crow's dad and then Crow and then Marvin, they were like, oh, look at this endless supply of gold. We can get rich. And they were trying to scheme, you know, doing the fake gold mine so they could be rich off the gold, right? But it was too difficult to do because everyone, or the gold authorities, I guess, could tell that it wasn't normal. And they didn't want anyone looking into the park because their source was so weird. And then at the very end, to find out that the pool underground that the roots came out of, it was some kind of teleportation system. And humans were coming through it, but when they came through, they were getting mutated because the roots were being cut down. And with how much they had cut them, they were just coming through as these blobs, you know, that couldn't speak. They probably couldn't think very well. And every enemy that we run into in this game used to be a human that got mutated. And they're not trying to hurt us and they're not trying to kill us. But that's just all they could do. It's a crazy story. And when I first started Crow Country, you know, I didn't know where the game was going to go. But I definitely did not see that coming at all. It also makes it kind of sad on the second playthrough, because I knew that all the enemies we were killing were just people. You know, they're not, they weren't originally monsters. They were just people. They're trying to get my attention. But there's no way for you to know that. The Elaine reveal, like I said, it blew my mind. I did not, like, you can probably see it coming if you think about it, but I just didn't think they were going to pull that. And that was really cool. And it's like, Elaine's been here the whole time. She's back for revenge, but she's really not. And then Crow, who from the beginning of the game is set up, you know, as the bad guy, like the evil, you know, park runner or evil scientist or whatever he might be. And it turns out, you know, he was greedy and he made a lot of mistakes, but somewhere along the way, he learned from those mistakes. And he's like, he made a cure. He's like, I'm going to save, you know, these couple people that I can. And then I'll go through the portal and see what's on the other side. And I know I'll die, but, you know, that's my punishment for what I've done here. So I think he's really interesting. Anyway, it's just a beautiful game. If you watch the whole thing with me, thanks so much. I appreciate it. And I hope you had a good time and I hope you enjoyed the story. You know, if you don't buy it for yourself, if you don't play it for yourself, that's fine. But maybe tell someone about it. You don't even have to tell them about my videos. Just be like, hey, I saw Crow Country and it's pretty awesome and you should play it. Because that's what I'm going to be telling everybody. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that I did the game justice. That was my first time playing it on Murder of Crows. The beginning was certainly kind of scary, but once we got our items and weapons rolling, I felt a little bit better about it. Remember, if you play it on the normal difficulty, you can find a lot more items in the various trash cans and fridges and lockers and stuff that in this mode I didn't have access to. But I still had enough to get through it without too much trouble. On this screen, you can see how many times we healed, how many humans I killed. The bonus items are things you can unlock. I haven't used any of them yet. I have a couple of them unlocked. The secrets found, the 15th secret is, of course, the Mushroom King. I saved 17 times. We got a B+ for Murder of Crows, which is pretty good in my opinion. Almost got that A. I might have unlocked something if I got an A, but maybe I'll try it again. Oh, and before I forget, one thing, I don't remember where you learned this. Maybe I missed a note or something, but do you remember how the number 2106 is written on the walls? It looks like blood, right? At the very beginning of the game, we walk into Fairy Tale Town and you see 2106 on the ground. And then later on, we see it start showing up everywhere. And it was never explained for us. So I may have missed a note or something. But I believe what it is 2106 is the year that those humans are coming from. They're coming from the future. The year 2106, they go into the pool to come back in time to tell us that the world's messed up, right? It's ruined, and they're trying to save it by going back to the past. But because the roots have been excavated, they can't communicate. And so it's just this tragic thing, you know, that they came back to try and save us in the future. But because of what we're doing in this time, they can't. And I think the underlying theme of the whole game is environmentalism, right? It's kind of a metaphor, because Crow is basically cutting down, you know, they're called roots. They're like plants. They're cutting them down to get gold, to make profit off of it. But as a result of that, we're ruining the planet for the future. And then those humans try to come back and stop us, but there's nothing they can do about it. It's too late. I think that's kind of the metaphorical story of this game, but it's just so well done. I love it. All right, the crowbar is what we unlock for getting a B rank. I have the A rank unlock from my previous game. Ooh, we got a secret costume for finishing Murder of Crows, the crow hat and the crow's bow. That's awesome. So I'll be using those on my next game. Hey, poor Harrison. We stole his ID and lied to him a bunch, and then he just died. Killed by Marvin, of all people. Oh yeah, and we unlocked Crow Quest, kind of a sub-quest thing we can do. So, all right, I've talked long enough. You get the idea. But that's Crow Country. It's awesome. Tell your friends about it. Tell them to play it. I think this is one of those horror games that is so smart and thoughtful and beautiful. It's got good puzzles. It has funny writing. Its twists, I never would have guessed. It's just an awesome game. And I think a lot of people aren't going to find out about it, and they're missing out. So spread the word. That's my homework for you. Tell somebody about Crow Country, or show it to them. It's amazing. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks again. Hope you had a good time. And I'll see you next time.